34 years. Tell us about your conviction and what happened to you.
In 1984, first, before I begin, let me thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for being the voice that you are about wrongful convictions and injustice and in criminal reform. In 1984, I was 20 years old. I was arrested. Police asked to talk to me, and I initially didn't want to talk to them. We were at a home where a party occurred with my son and daughter's mother. Three gentlemen came in. There were three of us already there. A scuffle began, and the mother of the home, Christine, the mother of my three children, came out and asked these three gentlemen to leave. They refused. Subsequently, they left, and one of the gentlemen that was there with us left also in the midst of the scuffle, saying, "I got something for y'all last, I'll be back." As they get halfway down the street, we hear shots. I'm still in the house. We hear shots down the road. But I don't know, in the hood, shots are not uncommon. So I really didn't think anything of it. So subsequently, I leave. When I leave, I get home. Police tell me they want to talk to me, and I refuse, because every time any of my older brothers and family members had encounters with the police, it was not a good outcome. And so I didn't want to talk to them at all. And so that's what drew a red flag for me. They began to try to pursue me. So they kept saying they wanted to talk to me. My father said, "Listen, boy, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Go down and talk to them," which is typically what so-called black mothers and fathers do, because we have a certain trust in the police. At least at one time we did. And so I went down. I took, they came out. I agreed to talk to them. They immediately arrest me. Even though they said they just want to talk, they immediately arrest me. They take me to jail. They arrest me for first-degree murder. And it's just unbelievable. I don't believe this. And I keep telling these people, y'all got the wrong guy, didn't do this. So they take me up on they interrogate me for a couple of hours. And then at one point, they played the good cop, bad cop. So they couldn't get any information out of me. They take me up on the 9th floor. And it's cold. It's in February. And one of the windows is cracked or broken. And I tell him, I say, "Hey, man, it's cold in here." He just shuts the door. Ain't nothing in this room but a wooden bench, a toilet, and a sink. And so I'm thinking they're just going to leave me here for a little while, come back and get me, and then try some more of this interrogation. Well, they don't. They leave me there all night. So by the time I get down the next morning, I'm really, really cold. I mean, I'm frozen, and I done shivered all night. So they let me warm up for a little while, and we go through this process again. The good cop, bad cop, they hollering and screaming, and they trying to get me to sign a statement. "We know you did it." Keep repeating to me that we know you did this, and they screaming. And I'm terrified, because these are the people that's supposed to be protecting us. And who are you going to call when the very people who are supposed to be protecting you, the police, are doing the terrorizing? So anyway, we go through this, and it's a lot more to the story, but we go to trial. They give me a state lawyer. He was underpaid, overworked, didn't have the resources, and then they had another police officer come up there and just lie about some phony ballistics. He came up there and said that he found a bullet in my home that matched the bullet was taken from the deceased body, and that's what ultimately led to my conviction, notwithstanding that the witnesses that they promised deals, that they didn't reveal that these guys have been convicted of perjury, theft, bank robbery, safe cracking, and all other. They never revealed this stuff to the jury, and so they ultimately convicted me. And so I go to prison. And the judge, I never forget, the judge said, "I'm sentencing you to prison for the rest of your natural life."
Wow. And I'm sure at that moment, it felt like somebody pulled your lungs, your heart, and everything just out of your body.
It was the most devastating moment of my life. I mean, nothing in life could have prepared me for that. Nothing.
Wow. I'm speechless, because, and that's very rare, especially being a talk show host. But to sit here and I read a little bit about your story, but to hear you tell the story and follow along, and knowing that I have a family member right now that's incarcerated on a wrongful conviction that also has cancer and a few other illnesses that they don't even care about. They won't even, it's a federal case that he could be in a medical facility so he can get proper treatment. They don't even care if he dies or not, period. So I can't even imagine, once you were convicted and then incarcerated, some of the things that you've seen and some of the things that you've gone through within that 34-year time frame. And I also can't even imagine having your own business and not even being able to not just only see your children, Mr. Terrell, but you can't even provide for your children anymore.
At all. At all. It's been a horrific experience, but throughout it all, I've gained the courage to be able to stand up for what was right. I feel like David going against Goliath. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm at with it now. I also call it the Harriet Tubman experience, because going through what Harriet Tubman went through, I couldn't even imagine. Mm-hmm. But going through what I'm going through, I still can't imagine no one else going through it, or going through what all the exonerees been through. It is, I want to say, it just has to stop. Mm-hmm. We have to stand up.
Mm-hmm. And that is a perfect segue into our next segment. So we're going to go to break, and we're going to listen to a little bit of a song called As a Black Man by my cousin Millard Thomas Jr. off of his CD, What's Your Request, that can be downloaded off of iTunes. And when we come back, we're going to hear a little bit from our producer, who I get to come from behind the scenes sometimes and engage in conversation, Trisha Duckworth, and we're going to talk about this needs to stop and prosecutorial misconduct and all of that. So let's hear a little bit of As a Black Man by Millard Thomas Jr., and we'll be back.
I'm just trying to do the best that I can as a strong black man. Yeah. Here I stand as a strong black man, having done all I can to please my fellow man. I don't understand why that knife is in your hand. After doing all I can as a strong black man, I'm gonna take my stand as a black man. I will do the best that I can as a black man. I stand on my own as a black man. I'm gonna sing my song. Oh, this is me. So hear my plea. I'm a young black man, down on my knees. I say this world is wrong, and we don't have too long. I'm gonna take this stand as a strong black man. I feel the rain falling down on me. If you could see what's on my mind, oh, you will see. Everyone would be more kind. Everyone would be happy. I'm gonna keep on my goal. gotta press my way through. No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no.
You were listening to As a Black Man by Millard Thomas Jr., and he started talking about some of the struggles of being a black man in America. You can download that CD called What's Your Request off of iTunes. So we talked a little bit about Mr. Seeger's and Mr. Terrell's cases. But now let's talk about what even led to the wrongful conviction. So I'm going to let you hear a little bit from Trisha Duckworth, who is also the executive director of Survivor Speaks, who is doing a lot of work, and she heads up the Michigan Wrongful Conviction Coalition. So let's talk about some of that misconduct. Trisha, you can take the mic from here.
You know, we were talking earlier, when it comes to misconduct, it all starts somewhere, right? It starts with the cops. Because if you don't have these bogus, rogue cops making up bogus charges against people, then you wouldn't even wind up in the court system. So I believe that's where it starts at. So we were thinking, oh, we need to do something about prosecutorial misconduct, which we do. But we also need to do something about these police officers that are drumming up these charges on people that don't even exist. It's all a lie. And Mr. Siggers, because I do know in your case, there was a cop that was responsible for most of what happened to you. Isn't that right?
Yes, it is. He's the chief detective. He was the chief detective in this case, and he was going and picking the witnesses up, going to their home, bringing them to court, dropping them off. He even issued a writ of habeas corpus for one of the witnesses and had him writted to his custody, as opposed to the jail itself. Why would he come to you? Why would he be writted to your custody and he's scheduled to testify in a couple of days? Why would he be? This is the type of stuff that goes on. This is the type of stuff that went on in my case. They had one of the witnesses, and this is going on all across the country. You know, wrongful conviction is somewhat people describe as the new civil rights, if you will. And though there's some slight comparison, but nothing compared to what I found African Americans went through during the 400 years of slavery, and a lot is still going on today.
Yeah.
But, you know, one of these guys, he portrayed himself as an expert of forensics. And, you know, all across the country, you got these phony experts that's getting up there saying that this matched this and this matched, and some of them are not even qualified to give testimony. They're not even experts. Anyway, this guy, he says that he was in the Detroit crime lab for 6 years and that he needed to work at least 2 years to become qualified to give testimony. We found out that this guy hadn't even been in the crime lab for 1 year.
Oh, no.
And so he had been in there for he had been in there 364 days.
Wow.
And and he got up there and lied. And it was just, he got up there and said, well, one bullet had 4 lands and grooves, another one had 12, and he said they matched. That is scientifically impossible.
Wow.
And everybody went for this. And this is how they ultimately convicted me. And as you know, they closed down the Detroit crime lab in 2008 because of some of the atrocious behavior and some of the test results that they were coming up with that were just plain false.
Wow. So we talked about prosecutor misconduct, but it's just about being accountable, these individuals being accountable. Today we heard, and I won't say from who, but today we heard that they are actually trying to work on something about the forensic testing and to hold individuals accountable for that. Like, how in the world can you say something is a match and you know that it is not?
Right.
Yeah, pretty much, especially with Actions case. Like, how do you accuse someone of criminal sexual conduct? You don't have any semen, you don't have like any forensic evidence to even prove it. You know, and, you know, throwing out evidence, like not reviewing tapes and, you know, all of that stuff. What is that about?
You know, the whole thing with the judicial system is there's no accountability. If we remember when we went to school, you had the legislator who had the checks on the executive branch. You had the executive branch who had to check on the judicial branch, and the judicial branch checked on. Now, neither one of those guys are checking on nothing. You know, remember, they're not even teaching that in school anymore. You know, the checks and the balances. And then, you know, also during my case, for my appeal, my lawyer, court appointed, gets sick. From the time to file a regular appeal to the time when they deny appeal, you have 56 days to take it to the Michigan Supreme Court. My lawyer tells me she gets sick. She gets my appeal February 24th. I don't hear from her until April 13th, which significantly cut down my time to file an appeal with the Supreme Court, which gave me approximately 3 days.
Oh, my goodness.
I have all this in writing. I have a note from her, a letter from her stating this, you know, that she was sorry about the case and she's gotten sick, because I was calling her quite often to try to find out. But once again, the accountability, you know.
And none of that was taken into consideration that she was sick. It seemed like they could have given some type of leniency or whatever to extend the amount of time that you had if you clearly have evidence, but they don't care.
They don't care.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
They're not there for justice. They're there for, it seems like, monetary value. What does the Supreme Court really do? You know, what cases are they looking at? If they're not looking at the cases that's coming from the smaller courts and they're denying it, I don't know the exact number. What's the exact number that they deny people? It is extremely high compared to how many they accept and overturn.
Out of 100 cases, maybe one gets granted that goes through our court system. The system is not designed to reverse convictions. It is easier to deny a case because if I deny you, then you just have to go to the next step. If I grant you, I have to call all these old witnesses back. I have to bring all this old evidence back. I have to redo another trial. I have to push back my docket. So it's just easier to deny than it is to grant. And then you have to consider what are the courts looking for. But to a point you made, there has to be some accountability, and a lot of it starts with the police.
Yeah.
And see, we have some good police officers, some dedicated police officers, but then we have a segment of police officers who went through and seen a lot of bad stuff in their time, and now they just feel like they are above the law. I've seen them, you know, beat people, and we've seen this is no new phenomenon. Look at the Trayvon Martin situation. So, and there's no accountability. They don't get, all they get is sued. They don't go to prison. In almost every case where you've seen, they had guys where police officers shot guys in the back, and if it wasn't for a video camera, somebody taking their phone and videoing it, what would have happened? And so
And then they still don't get locked up.
they have to be, it has to be
They
better
just lose their
training.
job.
There has to be
You
more
know,
training,
Right.
and they still can go get other
And
jobs.
then get a job
and
somewhere else. They shouldn't even
Yeah.
be able to practice law enforcement anymore and get jail time.
Yeah, I've seen a police officer lose a job in one jurisdiction and go right to another jurisdiction. Who's doing a background check on them? But yet, when you got a wrongful conviction on you or you've been exonerated, they're giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
And you're cleared of these things.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? And this guy is taking a life.
Well, that's the issue. There is, because there's no accountability, there's no deterrent, right? There's no reason for them to think that if they do something wrong, that they'll get in trouble for it. So, of course, and with prosecutors, they need that conviction rate. So it's all driven by greed. It's selfish, and it needs to be put to a stop. And that's one of the biggest things that we want to work on with the task force, is to bring that accountability piece in. The thing is that, like the brother said, they don't teach these things in school anymore. You don't hear a lot about them because they want to silence the voice of the people. If we don't know what to do, right, then we can't fight. But that's what has to happen. The people have to rise up, and we all have to come together and fight. Legislators, regular lay people, exonerees. And what I want to really drive home on is that just because you're not wrongly incarcerated, just because you don't have a family member that's wrongly incarcerated, does not mean that it cannot one day happen to you. But even a step further, these are your tax dollars being wasted because they spent all of this money to do this court case, on the wrong person while the right person is out there somewhere. So once they let this person go, now they got to go back and spend money again to try the right person. So it's just so inefficient, where if we do what we're supposed to do from the jump street, it would make things so much easier. The state would have so much more money than what they have right now. So it's just, it has to stop.
And one of the most valuable tools that we have is the power of the vote.
Yes.
That's one of the most equalizing forces that we have, the power of the vote. And so when you start voting, a lot of these judgeships, a lot of these prosecutorial races, they're decided by less than 100 to 200 votes in some of these local communities. So people have to get out and vote. You have to vote your conscience. You just can't sit at home and complain about problems. You got to be about solutions. That's what this has to be about. You got to look for solutions, get off your duff, get out and vote, get out and march, do whatever you have to do to stop this problem. Because it's not, and unless we stand up, unless we do something, hold people accountable, it's going to continue.
Yeah.
Police officers can do stuff with impunity. They can go crack your head, slap you, throw you on the ground, and then pull you out your car. That's not what our society. That's not what citizenry should be about. Y'all talk about what we used to teach in school. They used to teach civics in school. They don't teach civics anymore. Civics is a social science to deal with the rights and duties of a people. And so you need to know about the Constitution. People don't teach about the Constitution. What's your human? I wrote a book recently. When I went through the process, I had 16 lawyers over my period of incarceration. And lawyers play a role in this as well. Exactly. Because if lawyers were to do, and I'm not saying all lawyers out there, because they got some really, really good lawyers out there. I mean, as a matter of fact, I got one right now. But it took me 34 years to find him. And I had 16. Some of them were good, some of them weren't. But the point is, lawyers have to take a little bit more responsibility as well. Yeah. And this is why I wrote it. And they have lawyers that are cheating families, taking thousands of dollars from families, because they know they're desperate. Yeah. And see, families don't know how to deal with lawyers. I wrote a book for that very reason, to teach you what you need to know when you're hiring a lawyer and what you need to know when you're filing an appeal. As a matter of fact, the name of the book is What You Need to Know Before Filing an Appeal and What You Need to Know Before Hiring a Lawyer. And this book can be reached on Amazon. I recommend that all families have it. It's 58 pages. I recommend that all families get it because it teaches you some of the basic fundamental things you need to know when you're dealing with a lawyer or when you're about to file an appeal. And I've been through this process, so I have a unique perspective to be able to show people what it is they need to know when they're filing these appeals or when they're seeking to hire lawyers. Because a lot of times when you're hiring a lawyer, that means you're in trouble. And at some point, listen, and not even that, but see, at some point in your life, all of us going to come in contact with a lawyer at some level, whether it's through real estate, whether it's through divorce, whether it's through product liability, car crash, insurance, or whatever. And you need to know how to deal with lawyers. And this book tells you how to deal with them.
I appreciate that. And when you were talking about, our vote is our voice, but one thing I would like to see improve is the jury pool. Yeah. How can you have a jury of your peers if our peers dodging the jury pool process? Yeah. You can't have a jury of your peers if we don't show up. Ouch. And I feel like, the amount of pay that's allocated through the court system for jury duty should be increased. That's primarily why a lot of people, and I'll admit, before I got involved with this type of process, I wanted to dodge it too. I wasn't getting paid from my job, so I'm going to come down there and get a couple of dollars a day. I still have my bills. I still have all of these things going on with me personally, and who's to say how long I'm going to be down here, right? So I'm losing income and everything coming down here. At that time, very young, early 20s, didn't realize someone's life or livelihood would be on the line. So I feel like the pay for jury duty needs to be increased. It needs to be at least what you're getting anywhere if you're working somewhere. It should be comparable pay. And I believe more of us need to register and show up. And when I say more of us, black people. You cannot be judged by a jury of your peers if we don't show up.
Well, it's funny that you bring that up because it was a lady on the jury. After we went through all the jury selections, it was a lady on the jury that I didn't know about it. I was ignorant to what happens when you do jury selection. But the lady was raped. So after we deliberated, my case went to deliberation after 3 days. So they went in for 3 days, and the lady came out. When she came out, she looked directly at me. They had me turn my back, which was the first time I ever seen this. They had me turn my back to the jury. My back was turned to the jury throughout the whole case. They did. My back, they made me turn around with my back facing. I had to face towards the security guards and the police department, and turn my back towards the jury. The jury, one of the jury ladies, when she came out, she folded her arms, she looked directly at me, and she gave me a smirk and nodded. White lady at that. And I just shook my head like, I'm innocent. You didn't listen to what happened? They told you it was a tape, and all he had to do was go get the tape. You know, and like Brother Sigurd said, you know, what you need to know before following a lawyer, I needed to know some of this stuff that he knows now out here. I've been fighting since 2013. And just from being with him, a couple of days of working with him, I learned so much. He's helping me get cleared. You know, it's a lot of things in the book that I haven't spoke on because I want people to read my story. You know, kind of like the Exonerated Five. I went through everything they went through without going to prison.
Wow.
You know what I find interesting, I was just reading lately where there's a prison, I can't remember exactly where, but they don't want any more Black liberation, Black history, or empowerment books allowed to be given to the inmates. So, you know, they don't even want us to have that information. So it is time for a break. You've been listening to 88.1 FM Black Coffee, No Sugar, No Cream with Action Terrell and Mr. Daryl Seegers. We have been talking about, do all lives really matter? We're asking for an innocent...
WHPR and TV 33 when you want, where you want, how you want. WHPR is now in your pocket. Download our free app by going to the App Store or Google Play and enter WHPR TV in the search engine. And there we are. You can download WHPR TV or radio. You heard about it. Now come be a part of it. Roku Detroit Worldwide. Approximately 8 million viewers. Cheryl Underwood got her own show. Now you get yours. Have a business or talent you want to showcase? Have your own show simulcast on WHPR TV and radio, and on Comcast Cable and all of your favorite apps and devices.
Well, here's where you get discovered, right here. This...
Walker's Broadcaster? Walker's Broadcaster.
Packages start at just $99. Call now. Download the WHPR TV app and catch the Cheryl Underwood Show wherever you are. The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of WHPS, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
Respect.
Loyalty. Defense. Toughness. Honor. Determination. Confidence. That's what it takes to be a Detroit Gladiator.
With any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, and batteries never need charging.
This is Life Alert. I'm calling for help right now.
Life Alert saves a life from a catastrophe every 11 minutes.
For a free brochure, call 1-800-806-5030. 1-800-806-5030.
Kareem Bean Pie is the grand champion of all bean pies. The rich flavor and smooth texture takes this pie to a whole new level of delicious. One bite and you'll understand why people all over the country call daily to order Kareem Bean Pie. Call 313-371-7033. That's 313-371-7033. Kareem Bean Pie.
This bean pie is delicious.
YouTube viewers, Richard Shepard has a video you should see. We'll Always Love You, featuring Detroit jazz greats Isis DeMille, vocals, David McMurray, tenor sax, Racy Biggs trumpet, Henry Zion Gibson piano. This video is dedicated to Lena Horne, Nina Simone, Etta James, Whitney Houston, Natalie Cole, and Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul. For more information, call 313-346-6763.
WHPR TV is now on Channel 90. Check out all of your favorite morning talk shows on Comcast Channel 90 every day from 7 a.m. to 12 noon, and watch us anytime, day or night, on all of your favorite devices. Download the WHPR TV Now app and take us with you wherever you go. WHPR TV is now on Comcast Channel 90 every day from 7 a.m. till noon. WHPR TV, a Watkins Broadcasting Company.
Hey, welcome everybody. It is Freedom Friday. I'm Renee stepping out on faith. When did you like that straight talk? Black coffee. We tried something new. Black coffee with black coffee, no sugar, no cream. It's Valerie Kelly Bonner. She's cool. I love it. She had a great show. That was Monday's show, I believe. And she's on 88.1 WHPR every Monday. Every Monday evening. I think it's 7 to 8. But shouts out to you, girl. Keep doing what you're doing. I got some music, some new music. It's Freedom Friday. So let's get it started. I'm ready. You got to be ready too. I know it.
What's up? We're DMK, and you're tuned in to WVIE 107.3 FM, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Courtney?
Anthony, what's up?
Not much. How you been?
I've been good. How about you?
I've been good. I haven't seen you in a minute.
I know, it's been forever, right?
No. What you got planned tonight?
We're actually having a party tonight.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
You gonna be there?
I'll be there.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Alright, cool. I'll see you then, alright? It was good seeing you.
You too.
Yes, ma'am. Once I see you guys too.
Oh, and make sure you bring some beer.
Chance to love you. I just want a chance to love you. Cause you're the one I think about every night and day. Every smile you give me, makes me feel the way inside. These feelings I got for you won't ever change. Cause I have never felt this way before and probably never will. You're the one I wanted then, and boy I still. There's just something about the way you kiss me then hold my face. Just tell me you love me, baby. I love the way you say my name. There's something I can't explain. Only you can do that, my baby. Cause I love the way you love me. I show you my appreciation. I cater to your boy, never been afraid to show you some PDA right here and now. Cause baby, that love you give me makes me wanna tell everybody that he's on mine. And I won't let him go, I won't let him go. Cause I have never felt this way before and probably never will. You're the one I wanted then, and boy I still. There's just something about the way you kiss me then hold my face. Just tell me you love me, baby. I love the way you say my name. There's something I can't explain. Only you can do that, my baby. Cause I love
I like it loud when I bump my music. I move the crowd when I bump my music. I get hypey when I bump my music. Don't tell me how to bump my music. I like my rumbles in the jungle. I leave form and let my bassline tumble. Knocking them down, shaking the ground. You can hear me before you see me coming looking around. Going this way, that way. If the beat don't knock, then the wheel stay parked in the driveway. 7 Mile, watch me get it on the highway. Midwest, headed west, on my way to the bay. Holla if you hear me, do it in a major way. All them freaky tales that I tell on the way. I'm juiced up off that 1-800-7 proof. A little slur cane, hand hanging out the roof. I'm Mac Dre on them, hit them with the blade dance. I'm a star in the car, yeah, I gap bands. I'm a chaser at the paper, so I stack bands. Hop in, let me show you how to car dance. I like it loud when I bump my music. I move the crowd when I bump my music. I get hypey when I bump my music. Don't tell me how to bump my music.
Bounce, rock, roll, skate. I'm in the old school doing 108. Dealer got a trunk full of 5 skates. Bump make the rear view vibrate. And I be on my super fly. Fly, whip with a super fly. Rally on deck, case they shootin' tripe. Run to the run stop, get by. Parking lot killer like I live in the H. Candy paint Drake on Vogues and straights. 7 Mile down, never crossed the 8. Tags and insurance in the L's straight. I slap my music in the trap and hood. Feeling real good when I'm blowing the wood. Horns in the back so you hear good. Burn one and turn it up loud as you could.
I like it loud when I bump my music. I move the crowd when I bump my music. I get hypey when I bump my music. Don't tell me how to bump my music. I like it loud when I bump my music. I move the crowd when I bump my music. I get hypey when I bump my music. Don't tell me how to bump my music. Now I done hooked up with P and Vallejo. Be slapped like I mixed it with some yayo. Doing 59 on my Tony Yayo. West Side Outlaw, never play though. Been the corner real slow, yelling hey ho. Turn my system back up and let the bass go. Shaking windows in your residential beast mode. Everywhere we go, hey, you looking out your peephole. I like it loud when I bump my music. I move the crowd when I bump my music. I get hypey when I bump my music. Don't tell me how to bump my music. I like it loud when I bump my music. I move the crowd when I bump my music. I get hypey when I bump my music. Don't tell me how to bump my music.
So next time you feel your windows shaking, it's not an earthquake. It's just us cruising down your block.
Music of your life.
It's the only station that sounds like it was made for me.
And I can't stop listening. 107.3 FM WVIE.
I know, right? I had to give you some of that. Yeah, some, what was it? Page One, the real Page One, some DMK straight out of Detroit. Get me together. It's Friday. I'm excited. I know you are. I am. It's something about Friday, you know, the weekend. I don't have to get up the next morning. Early, you know. We spreading love today, just like that, or that way, or however it's go. I got more for you. It's Freedom Friday. Let's do a couple of trailers, couple commercial breaks. I got the Souls of Black Men. Everybody's seen that. A Clear View. It's really great. Yeah. I'm trying to see how I want to do things, because it's Freedom Friday. We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial.
Good morning, Detroit. You're rocking with your main man, Roland. It's a beautiful day, ladies. And I want you to call with your requests.
Talk to me, Mr. Radio Man.
Thanks for listening, baby.
Roland and I are going to be hosting and producing the all-new, brand-new dance show, y'all!
So there's gonna be stepping and hustling and lining. Okay. All right, you like that?
I get it. But back in the day, the new dance show was the hottest show in town. But we're old.
I can do whatever them kids can do, but I can do it better.
Girl, if you don't sit your butt down somewhere before you break a hip.
What's the problem? My wife went out there and got some money, and now she's putting together the dance show again. Look, you got a good woman out here making money, and you crying about it.
You just made up in your mind to go over my head and have another meeting without my approval.
Now, I told you I got the money to go on with the dance show, and the investor wanted Roland to host the show with me.
Look, man, how much do you owe these people?
That's none of your business.
That's your pride, man. Tell me something, this is the 4th time you come to me. This is about who's in charge of everything and everybody.
You want to control everything and everybody. That is why these ratings went down.
Man, your wife is just trying to help you. So I guess you know my wife better than me.
Hey, Mama, you just can't walk up in the studio while I'm live on air.
No, Al, not better. Just longer.
Oh.
Listen, man, I got your money, man. Listen, you're about to get the money. You don't have to worry about it. I got this.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. My wife's been fooling around on me, guys.
There's a house built out of stone, wooden floors, walls, and window sills.
I got the baddest mouth in the city, baby. Come on, blow you full of rocks real quick. All right, come on. I'll make you feel real good. Hell no! No,
This is a place where I don't feel alone. This is a place where I feel at home.
Big Percy went to jail and got raped. And I've been living on a down low for years. Guess that's why it's so easy for me to say no. Yeah, me.
Hey, stop it! Hey, we're too grown for this mess! Stop it! Stop it! Stop! Oh, boy. Come on, boy.
No, stop it! He ain't even worth it. Don't mess up your life with no trash.
No, but he had a right to put his hands on me.
It's time to
Please forgive me. Forgive me.
Souls of Black Men is something else, isn't it? You guys haven't seen anything yet. Let's give one of Detroit's own. You know, I got her music right here. This is the official video from Beth with Free. We'll be right back.
Every day I look in the mirror, mirror looking back at me. I see a girl so full of life, she just wants to be happy. I've been through some things, been through the storm and rain, and I know I just gotta release it. Time can heal a wound, time can heal the pain, but will I be whole again? Wanna be free, free, let it go and be free. I wanna be free, free, years that were stolen and washed away, but never showed up on this show. I'm breaking the bondage that was built here. I'm moving on, create a new life and show the world a new me, a stronger me. Heard your time expired a long time ago. It's time for me to walk
Music of your life.
It's the only station that sounds like it was made for me.
And I can't stop listening. 107.3 FM WVIE.
Music is a part of me. It gives me life just as sure as the air I breathe. I love my music. I love my music. Music is in my soul. I carry music in my heart everywhere I go. I love my music.
As a young fella, as a young lad, I was in the room with the pen and the pad, cooking up that work, studying my craft. I love hip hop, yeah, R&B, jazz. Hip hop was my thing, yeah, I was feeling it. Every bar that I spit, my homie said, "You killing it." Yeah, I was killing it. Yeah, he was feeling it. He said, "Man, you dope, man, boy, blank." He said that I was dope, man. My mom was blown away. Now I'm in the room writing rhymes every day. My homies outside b-balling, shooting J's. They screaming, "Why, buddy, won't you come out here and play?" Now they playing football. I'm inside the house cooking up that dope I cook raw. Talking about my lyrics, gotta make for sure the hook hard. Not a hook hard, now it's dope. Man, you dope, man, good lord. I love my music.
Music is a part of me. It gives me life just as sure as the air I breathe. I love my music. I love my music. Music is in my soul. I carry music in my heart everywhere I go. I love my music. As a young girl, Michael Jackson, Princess Sheila E. Those were just a few of the ones who inspired me. Queen Latifah, oh my gosh, she was the queen. Whitney Houston, God bless her soul, that girl could sing. Mary and Deb, they're the ones who gave me soul. That's my father and my mother, they're the ones who named me Ro. Oh, I've been cold since I stepped in the door, and I knew I had talent at the young age of 4. Whoa, hey. Music was my thing. I used to dance and sing in the mirror. I knew that I could sing. I knew I had a gift. And music, that was it. I was addicted to it like drugs. See, music was my fix. Music gave me a high I couldn't believe. Now I'm aiming for the sky to the day that I leave, to the day that I go. I'm ready to blow, ready for show. And you already know I love my music. Music is a part of me. It gives me life just as sure as the air I breathe. I love my music. I love my music. Music is in my soul. I carry music in my heart everywhere I go. I love my music.
I love my music.
I love my music.
I love my music.
music.
I wanna hear my song. I wanna step with my baby. Can't you feel the energy? One song is all I need. It's time to step with my lady. Friday night just got paid. I'm home from work, baby. I wanna go dancing with you. Come on, man, get dressed. I'm ready to go. I wanna go to the club, step with you, baby. So put on your dancing shoes. So DJ, play my song now. DJ, what's going on? Yeah, I wanna hear my song. I wanna step back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, baby, can't you feel the energy? Yeah, one song is all I need. It's time to step with my lady. Now we're out on the floor, shooting me, baby. Just what I've been longing to do. Oh yeah, come on, baby. I've been waiting all week for this. Front to back, side to side, and back again, baby. You know just what to do. So DJ, play my song now. DJ, what's going on? Yeah, I wanna hear my song. Hear my song, hear my song, hear my song. Say we're gonna do it. Can't you feel the energy? Yeah, one song is all I need. All I need. It's time to step with my lady. One song is all I need. Back and forth, left to right. Back and forth, back and forth, left to right. Back and forth, back and forth, left to right. Back and forth, back and forth, left to right. Back and forth. DJ, what's going on? I wanna hear my song. I wanna step with my baby. Can't you feel the energy? One song is all I need. It's time to step with my lady. DJ, what's going on? I wanna hear my song. I wanna step with my baby.
I know, right? I know, right? It's Friday, Freedom Friday, right here. It's a little. It was cool out today, a little warm. That's Eddie Robinson out of Lansing. You like that? I like that. Let's keep our body moving, right? Because it's Friday, and we want to party up. How about some of that with RZA? Yeah, we got it right here in Detroit. I'm Renee, stepping out on faith, and I support the independent community. I mean, I support you, and you over there, and even you. Believe it. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. You're going to love this, I promise. I promise. It's Friday. I'm excited.
See, I've been up and I've been down, but ain't no way I'm gonna give up now until I take away, until they take me away. See, I've been up and I've been down, but ain't no way I'm gonna should. If I could leave this bush, better trust me, dog, I would. All I need is a chance, maybe respect. Feel like this train I'm on is getting ready to wreck. I pray for hope and I ask for change, but all I see is chaos, man. This place is strange. Trying to catch my breath, but feels like I'm falling behind, never falling in line to catching a break. And I did all I can. I'm only one man, so cut me some slack or at least try to understand. Damn, you ain't built like me, I ain't built like you. So gotta know what it's like, walking in these shoes. I get tired of the downs, I get tired of the blues. So you can do what you do, I'ma do what I do just to make it through. We gon' party up tonight, 'cause in the morning it comes right back. But ain't no drama here tonight. But in the morning it comes right back. Yeah, it comes right back. So we gon' party up tonight. But in the morning it comes right back. But ain't no drama here tonight. But in the morning it comes right back. Yeah, it comes right back. Got my headphones on in the back of the bus, surrounded by people, but I don't know who to trust. In my heart there's love, in my mind there's hate. In my hands are dreams, by my side is fate. I'm on rocky roads, trying to clear this path. Got it all calculated, yeah, I apply this math. But I bet they see me though, on the day I shine. But for the meantime, gotta walk that line. Gotta kick that door in. If they're sleeping on me, gotta keep it going. I'm creeping up when they snoring. Gotta make it out of this cage. Do you know what it takes to be one of the greats and put your heart up and out on this page? Nah, you ain't built like me, I ain't built like you. So, gotta know what it's like, walking in these shoes. I get tired of the downs, I get tired of the blues. So, you can do what you do, I'ma do what I do just to make it through. And I've been down, but ain't no way I'm gonna give up now until I'm taken away. Until they take me away. See, I've been up and I've been down, but ain't no way I'm gonna give up now until I'm taken away. Until they take me away. We gon' have a party. We gon' have a party.
Yes, Wizza Fareed. Wizza. W-I-Z-A. I know, right? So shouts out to DJ 8 Mile, y'all. International. DJ 8 Mile of International Hip Hop. I should know that by heart. He gave me a shout out on my little watch party. Renee's Faith, Renee Jones doing a watch party. Okay. Shouts out to the house. Yeah, your house, my house, they house. Let's do some, I like that. Just got to keep you up and going and moving and things of that nature. I got some Brian J, though, featuring Young Thug. You know that's one of my favorites. And I'm going to put it on. I could do that right here. We'll be right back.
I don't know what I look for, but I find where I want. Zaga. Let's do this. Yeah.
If it's love you're searching for, search no more.
So
Your mind is what I want to explore. We gon' discover all of your limits. You never ever know know till you let me. So don't you tell me no, no, baby. I'll keep it up all night for you. I want you. Die to prove that it's trust. You're searching for that, search no more. Cause this mind and heart is yours if you want. We gon' discover all of your limits. You never ever know till you let me. So don't you tell me no, no, baby. I'll keep it up all night for you. I want you. Die to prove love's our force. It's taking and pulling me closer to what you want. Cause your dreams are reality. So we gon' discover all of your limits. You never ever know till you let me. So don't you tell me no, no, baby. I'll keep it up all night for you. I want you. Die to prove.
And I see your mom eating like Waffle House or the Mirror Store. Let's know you, I wanna see it all low. I see you making sure I'm gonna acknowledge you. I'm about to take your little swag through the Billy roof. I heard a lot about you, shit, the old news, but I don't know how I'm supposed to. So therefore, I ain't leaving you here, no, no, baby. You ballin' like you Ross, y'all, baby. You sippin' that divis on all y'all, yeah. Ride by that boy on your body. You whip it out, you got to ride it. Tie my tie with Chief, they can't follow me. It's gonna take way too long to plan a wedding. Let's Uber downtown and start this marriage, yes. Flood her whole body with that lean bling, yes. Shout it real hot, call it kerosene, yes. I ain't mean everything I say on my chest. Money is the answer, yeah, you hit it on the head. Hey, oh man, me want prove my love to you. Girl, open up your hands, let me run to you. Some woman have it and that's a son to you. No time me not compare none to you. Me sure say me no look like no punk to you. Girl, open up your hands, let me come to you. Me have a leap of love, figure some to you. Make you junk in a love as a rum to you. You know me heart beat for you only. I feel like a king when you hold me. Realer than gold, no phony. Come be me cheerleader, no homie. Everybody know me healer than Stoney. And now you alone can control me. Girl, you have something special, so come make the two of we write a love story anyway. Zagada, Zagada.
Sitting here alone
one of Detroit's own. That's one of her throwbacks. I put that in there. I like it. That's right. It's Freedom Friday. Guess where you tuned in to? WVIE 107.3 FM, U.S. Virgin Islands Studios, where we are syndicated in the Virgin Islands. We had some issues when they had the storm, and our little antenna failed, but our tower stayed, and now we getting the antenna that is back up, and you're gonna hear me shouting out the Virgin Islands a few times, all the time, regular, as the shows continue to progress. It's almost a quarter to the top of the hour. Cheryl Underwood Radio, Peter Piper Pitt. No, Cheryl Underwood Radio comes up at 3. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. It's Freedom Friday. You know how I feel about Freedom Friday. Friday is one of my favorite days. You know, people say, oh, if you're an entrepreneur, every day is, hopefully they mean every day is Friday, but they're saying Friday is not such a different day. Friday and Sunday. Speaking of Sunday, shouts out to Unity Mission Church over there on the west side of Detroit. Pastor Taylor is the pastor, and she's fabulous. Fabulous. And her Lord is real. Our Lord is real. And we love that. So let's move it up. I got some Miss Lika featuring Polo Frost, one of my favorites. I guess let's do this Flynn's trailer. We'll be right back.
Papa. Hey, Papa, how you holding up in there?
I'm fine, son. I'm a Flynn. The jail cell won't change that.
That's right, Papa. We're Flynn's, and that means something.
Don't you ever forget that, Earl.
I won't, Papa. I won't.
Listen to me, son. Every day I'm in this jail, away from my family, away from my home, makes me realize that life is short. And I don't want to go out like this.
There's no way they can hold you on no weak tax evasion charges.
I'm talking about how we live, how we make our money. I'm tired of looking over my shoulder. Now look here, Earl, you're my firstborn. It's time for you to take control of this business. Can you handle it?
I can handle it, Papa. Whatever you want me to do, I'm down. I know I can run things while you're gone, but Uncle Roy, he ain't going for it. Or Mario. They think they supposed to be in charge anyway.
I know your uncle's out of control, son. Thinks the streets belong to him, not under locked up. Thinks it's his time to shine. That kind of man can be dangerous, son. This is business. It's time for us to move forward.
I'm ready, Papa.
What I need you to do, son, is call your uncle. Tell him don't call no family meetings. Don't change protocol. Business stays as usual. I'm still in charge.
I can be straight with Uncle Roy. He won't hurt anybody in this family.
Uncle Roy ain't the one to worry about something. The one to worry about is Mario. Now he's a natural-born killer.
Mario, go on, look. I'm here with my man, having fun, just doing my thing, but you just go on, be about your business.
Tell your boy to get out the truck.
No, Mario. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. No.
I said tell your boy to get out the truck, Tanya.
God, Mario, would you just leave?
Oh. I got this here.
All right, baby.
Hold this here, all right?
All right, thank you, baby.
Daddy be back in a minute.
All right, Daddy. Come on back now.
Get out the truck, chump. Shut up, Tanya.
Look.
I said shut up.
Mario.
Yeah, hold on just a minute. Hey, Mario, look here, man. Your sister cool, man. She with me, man. All right? Just see where she want to be, all right? So you just go on, be about your way, man.
Be on my way.
Yeah.
Man, you got my little sister turned out on this dope and you gonna tell me she good, G? You disrespectful, man. You real disrespectful.
Okay, Mario. So what we talking about now? Would you finna do something?
Look, you know the Flins don't do no drugs. You know that, G?
They do now.
They do now? You telling the Flins what to do?
Mario.
What you doing, man?
Mario, don't do this.
What you doing?
Tell me what Mario Flynn gonna do. Tell me that, G. Tell me what I'm gonna do.
Mario, please.
You ain't got it in you, Mario. It ain't in you.
Music of your life.
It's the only station that sounds like it was made for me.
And I can't stop listening. 107.3 FM WVIE.
It's that time, y'all. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. Yeah, it's straight talk with Valerie. Come on. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. Yeah, it's straight talk with Valerie. Come on. It's straight talk with Valerie. It's straight talk with Valerie. Come on. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. It's straight talk with Valerie. Come on. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. It's straight talk with Valerie. Come on. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream.
This is Renee's Stepping Out on Faith, supporting the independent community on FM 107.3 WVIE.
This is a D-Night exclusive.
They don't really like me cause I love to show out. I finally got a plug, I get it for the low now. I can show out. I can show out. I can show out. I do it for my daughter, for the fam, for the fans, all the people who ever told me I can't. I'ma show out. Yeah, I'ma show out. I can show out. Yeah.
Thinking through I be, you little game you ran with it. You really don't want it with me. Should've never let me in the business. Numbers don't lie, and my how high. Get about your feelings, why y'all wanna hate me? Now y'all need them dice. Drop it on the knob just to get your likes up. All I make is pros. You forgot that you copy for me, I sell it for the lows. You can always bring your money to me. I hate your on a pole. Poppin' it when I sit back and count that cash. I'm not just the name, whatever I touch it, catch a flame. You hate then you dirty rap. Okay, I'm sit back and blow the split. While I write these hits. Thinking of ways to come on, just trying to make me flip. Was all good just a week ago. Oh, you see, I ain't one of these silly hoes. Ran up on the green light and that to go. Now I'm about to hit the gas, I'm about
They
to
don't
fly.
really like me cause I love to show out. I finally got a plug, I get it for the low now. I can show out. I can show out. I can show out. I do it for my daughter, for the fam, for the fans, all the people who ever told me I can't. I'ma show out. Yeah, I'ma show out. I can show out. I ain't like these other rappers, I got big plans. Buy myself a house before my wrist dance. House before the rollie dummy. Run the bit with brick fair. Blow a good tree, I'm a nature boy like Ric Flair. I roll solo, I ain't screaming, I'm no gang. If it ain't the family, then that fun can't hang. I be showing up and showing out up on the main stage. And my clothes designer, when I step out ain't a damn stage. I had to switch lanes, everybody wanna be a trap star. You ain't really been through shit, walk around with face scars. So my mama cool job, I'ma be a great one. A 9 to 5 is cool and all, but it really don't pay much. All these niggas really hate, but they really can't say nothing. Cause I been solidified on the block like Dre drumming. Miss Lika hit me up like, let's get us a track, cousin. Cause these others broke at the bar, they ain't buzzing. They don't really like me cause I love to show out. I finally got a plug, I get it for the low now. I can show out. I can show out. I can show out. I do it for my daughter, for the fam, for the fans, all the people who ever told me I can't. I'ma show out. I can show out. I'ma show out. I can show out. Yeah. Yeah, I can show out. Yeah, I can show out.
respect, loyalty, defense, toughness, honor, determination, confidence. That's what it takes to be a Detroit Gladiator.
Yes, it's almost 3:00. Cheryl Underwood Radio comes up next. It's Freedom Friday. We're gonna speed up the pace for the last 7 minutes. Taking us home will be the Giddy Up with Sir Chip and Bam, and VIP Plus, the intro, which is Wide Body and Lady Row with VIP. You guys gonna love it. Get off your feet, get up, stand up, do what you gotta do. You're gonna love it. We're doing our thing. Cheryl Underwood Radio coming up next. Sunday, we got a great show with Mona Lisa's lyrics and her vendors for Mom's Entrepreneurs coming up. So she got great events coming up, and she'll be sitting in the studio with us. Shouts out to Boss Detroit, and I'll see you guys. Thank you for tuning in. What's up, Mike Gordon? Susie Burks, I love you, girl. We see you, Prince John. Earl, what's up, Earl in BMO, Maryland, checking us out. We love you. Sherry Woods, Kenneth Goodman, Richard Welch, all of that. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see what we got right here. Don't just see. Let me see which way I want to go. I guess I'll go this way. I didn't have a video with me. I would have put it on. This is the Giddy Up. Detroit song, Sir Chip and Bam.
Ooh, spicy.
Giddy up, the giddy up, she do the giddy up. The giddy up, the giddy up, she do the giddy up. The giddy up, the giddy up, she do the giddy up. The giddy up, the giddy up. Giddy up, wiggling, jiggling. I'm cracking a whip till it ain't no feeling. All of that is driving me nuts. Giddy up, I'm cracking a whip, thick thighs and hips. Bucking Bronco, rodeo show. Boing your legs, touching your toes, down to the floor, on all fours. Bouncing around with a big old rack. Cracking a whip, your air so fat. Y'all across your back, y'all across your back. Fat on your back, I'm cracking a whip. Cheeks on fleek, I'm cracking a whip. Wiggling, jiggling, I'm cracking a whip. Y'all, I'm cracking a whip. Y'all. She do the giddy up, the giddy up, the giddy up. She do the giddy up, the giddy up, the giddy up. She do the giddy up, the giddy up, the giddy up. She do the giddy up, the giddy up, the giddy up.
Hey, I'm up out my mind, and I don't say that money 'cause I make that all the time. The Playboy bunny, she look junky from behind, and she came up out that gutter, mother, never mind. Hey, we be passing groupies, looking juicy. Said we be f***ing bad, we be making movies. I'ma be like, yeah, when I'm feeling on her booty, she got all of that, then I like the way she moves. I'm like,
She do the giddy up, the giddy up, the giddy up. She do the giddy up, the giddy up, the giddy up. She do the giddy up, the giddy up, the giddy up. She do the giddy up, the giddy up, the giddy up.
Ooh, stacks of millions.
This is K-Mac, the author of the book Money Up Front Detroit, Wide Body, and Lady Rowe presents the Connect 313, starring Wide Body, Lady Rowe, special guest, NREL, Miss Tutu, Mickey, Ace, Tricky Style, and Tierra Anthony. Music by.
VIP, y'all. It's Friday. You gonna be in VIP tonight? Every night? Tonight for sure. Theater down on them. Wide Body, Lady Rowe. Cheryl Underwood Radio coming up next. They taking us home. We're out of here.
ID. You know why? Cause I'm VIP. I got a pocket full of green, and you know what this means? That means that I'm VIP. They show nothing but love when I'm up in the club. Why? Cause I'm VIP. You wanna hang with me? You wanna hang with me? Why? Cause I'm VIP. I'm VIP. Hey, when I step in the club, they already know who's the best in the club. From the east to the west, all the rest of the clubs. When I come through, they show love and throw it up. I'm in the back, with a bottle for the yak, and a house full of kush. I got that sex in the club. Pocket full of green, man, I'm fresh and so clean. I'm so fresh as a plant, I'm so fresh in the club. Yep. Hey, I'm a party on. Yeah, I'm a party on. Mommy got Bacardi line, said it's party time. Damn, that Bacardi gone. Ain't killing my vibe, ain't killing my high. Yeah, I'm in my party zone. I got my drink and my two-step, my drink and my two-step. I'm a party to the party gone until it's over. You know, I show no ID. You know why? Cause I'm VIP. I got a pocket full of green, and you know what this means? That means that I'm VIP. They show nothing but love when I'm up in the club. Why? Cause I'm VIP. You wanna hang with me? You wanna hang with me? Why? Cause I'm VIP. I'm VIP.
Hey, I'm on cloud 9. Up in the club and I'm feeling fine. Never a nickel, baby, always a dime. And like fine wine, I get better with time. On the dance floor, feeling fancy free. I represent my team, the 313. Yeah, we VIP. Dressed to impress as you can clearly see. But this is crazy though. Yeah, this is crazy though. I'm the chick in the clique. I'm the chick in the clique. Yeah, with that crazy flow. You need to stop all the hating. Stop all the hating. Yeah, you can save it, yo. You wanna roll with me? Meet me in VIP. Yeah, and that's for Lady Roll. That's me. Yeah.
I show no ID. You know why? Cause I'm VIP. I got a pocket full of green, and you know what this means? That means that I'm VIP. They show nothing but love when I'm up in the club. Why? Cause I'm VIP. You wanna hang with me? You wanna hang with me? Why? Cause I'm VIP. I'm VIP.
VIP, wide body, and your boy Reed came in on 10 and it's all on me. I could've did the long sleeve or the 2C. At the bar, buy it out like it's all on me. VIP, walk in feeling all tipsy. It ain't no problem for the night because my dog with me. 10 on me right now, counting all 50. 745 back to back with the 550. I'm playing rounds in the parking lot on 4G autos. Thing on my wrist like a gold bottle. I walked in the club looking